I spent so many years chasing horizons, believing something else would make me whole, running after answers in the distance, while an empty ache kept living in my soul. I filled my days with noise and expectations, built my hopes on things that couldn't stay. But every road that promised satisfaction eventually faded away. Then in the quiet of an ordinary evening, when I had nowhere else to run, I found the one my heart had always needed, the one who loved me from the start. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, not in the places I had wandered through, not in the dreams I thought would save me, but in the gentle love I found in you. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, the answer hidden in plain sight. And now my restless soul has found a refuge in the comfort of your light. You met me in the middle of my questions. You stayed when certainty was hard to find. You never turned away from all my weakness or the fears I carried deep inside. And little by little you taught my heart that grace is not something I must earn. For every time I took a step toward heaven, I found your arms already open. The world can offer temporary shelter, but only you can calm the storm within. Only you can turn my deepest sorrow into a song of hope again. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, not in the places I had wandered through, not in the dreams I thought would save me, but in the gentle love I found in you. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, the answer hidden in plain sight. And now my restless soul has found a refuge in Through every valley, every mountain top, the peace my heart was always longing for was never far away at all. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, the friend who never left my side, the faithful Savior walking through my story, the shepherd and the guide. The peace I was searching for was Jesus all along, and now my heart can finally rest, because the love I've spent a lifetime seeking was found in you, and nothing less. Jesus all along, Jesus all along, the peace I needed was Jesus all along. The night was quiet, but my heart was restless, filled with worries I could not outrun. I watched the shadows dance across the ceiling, wondering where my peace had gone. The road behind me carried many memories, some of joy and some of deep regret, and every mile seemed to whisper questions that I still hadn't answered yet. And through the silence came a gentle kindness, like morning sunlight after endless rain, a voice so full of mercy and compassion softly called my name. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, and suddenly the darkness wasn't quite the same. Every fear that held my heart so tightly started slowly slipping away. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, reminding me His love had never changed, and in the safety of His presence I found the strength to hope again. He didn't speak with thunder from the heavens, or write His answer brightly in the sky. He simply met me in my fragile weakness, and stayed with me through the night. The burdens that seemed far too heavy for me began to feel much lighter in His hands, because the God who holds the stars in motion already had a perfect plan. He knew the tears I'd never shown another, the hidden battles nobody could see. Yet still He drew a little closer and whispered peace to me. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, and suddenly the darkness wasn't quite the same. Every fear that held my heart so tightly started slowly slipping away. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, reminding me His love had never changed. And in the safety of His presence, I found the strength to hope again. One day every lonely road will end in glory. Every sleepless night will fade from view, and all the moments I felt abandoned will reveal how close you always were. Until then, I'll trust the hand that guides me, even when I cannot clearly see. For the Savior who found me in the darkness will walk through every dawn with me. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, and my weary heart has never been the same. For the voice that spoke such healing over me still echoes through my days. I thought I was alone, then Jesus called my name, and now I know wherever I may go, the shepherd who found me in the midnight will never let me walk alone. Jesus called my name, and I found peace. Jesus called my name, and my fears were released. Before I ever learned the words of praying, before I knew how faith was meant to sound, you were already walking through my seasons, holding every piece of me unbound. I thought I had to find the perfect moment to reach a place where I could call your name. But you were there in every silent struggle, the same, the same, the same. You were not waiting for my voice to be stronger. You were not waiting for my heart to be whole. You were already moving in my story, quietly shaping my soul. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, before I ever lifted up my hands. You were the love that held me in my weakness, the God I didn't understand. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, and now I see it all along. You were the quiet in my deepest chaos, the reason I am strong. There were nights I never called your presence, yet you were closer than the air I breathe. You saw the tears I never showed to anyone, and still you chose to stay with me. Even in the years I walked in silence, even when I didn't recognize your face, you were writing mercy into every moment, calling it grace. So I don't need perfect words to reach you. I don't need a perfect faith to stand. You are the one who came before I knew you, holding me in your hand. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, before I ever lifted up my hands. You were the love that held me in my weakness, the God I didn't understand. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, and now I see it all along. You were the quiet in my deepest chaos, the reason I am strong. One day I'll see the story from beginning, every hidden moment brought to light, and I will know Until then, I will keep resting in the knowing that I was never out of your sight. For the God who loved me before I knew Him is still my light. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, and you will be my peace till the end. For the Savior who was always with me will always call me friend. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, and now my soul can finally see that every breath I ever take is covered by your love for me. Before I prayed, you were there. Before I knew you cared. I had been holding on for far too long, trying to be stronger than I felt inside, building walls around my fragile heart, searching for a place to safely hide. Day had left its footprints on my spirit, every step a little harder than before. And by the time the evening found my window, I couldn't carry the weight anymore. So I laid my fears before the Savior, every doubt and every silent scar. And for the first time in a long while, I stopped trying to be who I wasn't. The night I finally let Jesus carry me, the darkness lost the power it once had. The burden that had followed me for years was lifted by the gentle shepherd's hands. The night I finally let Jesus carry me, my restless soul found shelter from the storm, and wrapped within His endless loving mercy, I discovered what peace feels like once more. No thunder rolled across the sky above me, no miracle appeared before my eyes, just a quiet sense of holy comfort, settling softly like the morning light. The questions that had haunted me for seasons didn't suddenly all disappear, but they no longer felt so overwhelming when I remembered you were near. Because your presence changes every valley, your goodness lights the longest road, and every time my strength begins to falter, you remind me I don't walk alone. The night I finally let Jesus carry me, the darkness lost the power it once had. The burden that had followed me for years was lifted by the gentle shepherd's hands. The night I finally let Jesus carry me, my restless soul found shelter from the storm, and wrapped within His endless loving mercy, I discovered what peace feels like once more. One day all my struggles will be stories, every tear redeemed by heaven's grace, and I will stand before the one who carried me through every trial, every lonely place. Until then, I will trust His faithful promise through every shadow and uncertainty. For the Savior who carried me that evening will carry me through eternity. The night I finally let Jesus carry me became the night my healing truly began. For I found hope not in my The laughter faded into distant air. The voices I once leaned upon were gone, and silence was the only thing still there. I sat beneath the weight of disappointment, counting every promise that fell apart, wondering if anyone could truly see the hidden ache living inside my heart. And through the darkness of that lonely season, a gentle love came shining through, not with words that vanished in the morning, but with a faithfulness that proved itself true. Jesus stayed when everyone else left, when the road grew cold and hard to see, when the lights went out around my future. He remained and carried me. Jesus stayed when all my strength was fading, when my prayers were trembling in the night, and even when I couldn't feel His presence, His love was holding me so tight. There were days I questioned every direction, days my confidence could barely stand. Yet somehow, through the valleys and the heartbreak, I kept finding traces of His hand. A door would open where I saw no pathway. A peace would come before the answer came. And slowly I began to understand the power hidden in His holy name. Not because my faith was always perfect, not because I never doubted Him, but because His mercy kept pursuing me. Even when my hope was growing dim, Jesus stayed when everyone else left, when the road Savior who walked through every struggle, will wipe away the sorrow from my eyes, showing me the purpose of each season beneath His everlasting skies. Jesus stayed when everyone else left. Through every battle I could not explain, through the storms that tried to steal my worship, through the heartbreak and the pain, Jesus stayed when all the world was changing, when familiar things were swept away. And now my soul has found a firm foundation, because my Savior chose to stay. When others walked away, Jesus stayed. When my strength disappeared, Jesus stayed. And He still stays today. The room was full and suddenly empty. The laughter faded into distant air. The voices I once leaned upon were gone. The night was deep, the silence overwhelming. My thoughts were louder than the falling rain. I tried to fight the weight of every feeling, but everything inside me felt like pain. I looked for light in places that were empty. I searched for peace that never seemed to stay, until I felt a presence in my weakness that gently pulled my fears away. Not in thunder, not in lightning, not in answers I could see, but in a quiet, steady whisper, You came and rescued me. You were never left alone in the dark, even when I thought I stood on my own. You were closer than the air I was breathing. You were there all along. You were never left alone in the dark. Every tear was never unseen, and in the middle of my broken silence, you were holding me. I thought my prayers were lost in empty ceilings, like they never made it past the room. But heaven was responding in the waiting, even when Every delay was never your absence. Every silence was a deeper love. You were shaping something in the shadows I couldn't rise above. You were working in the unseen moments. You were building what I couldn't plan. And every step I thought was abandonment was your guiding hand. You were never left alone in the dark. Even when I thought I stood on my own, you were closer than the air I was breathing. You were there all along. You were never left alone in the dark. Every tear was never unseen. And in the middle of my broken silence, you were holding me. One day I will see the full picture. Every shadow turned to light, and all the times I felt forgotten will reveal your perfect design. Until then, I will trust your presence, even when I cannot understand. For the God who walks with me in darkness still holds me in his hand. You were never left alone in the dark. You were always guiding me home. And the love that found me in my weakness will never let me go. You were never left alone in the dark. And my soul can finally see that even in the deepest valley, you were there with me. In the dark, you were there all along. You were there. The house was still, the world was sleeping, but my mind refused to close its eyes. I stared into the dark with heavy questions, searching for hope beneath the night. The silence felt much louder than the daytime. Every worry echoed through my soul. I tried to carry all tomorrow's burdens until the weight became too much to hold. And like a breeze through an open window, gentle as the falling rain, a voice of mercy found my weakness and softly called my name. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name. suddenly the darkness didn't feel the same. Every fear that held me captive started slowly drifting away. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, reminding me His love had never changed. And wrapped inside His faithful promise, I found the strength to rest again. No flashing signs, no mighty thunder, just peace arriving deep within, the kind that only heaven can deliver, the kind no earthly voice can give. And though the answers didn't come immediately, something greater settled in my heart, because His presence was enough assurance that He'd be with me through every part. The God who paints the stars above me, the God who calms the raging sea, was sitting in the quiet beside me, watching over me faithfully. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and suddenly the darkness didn't feel the same. Every fear that held me captive started slowly drifting away. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, reminding me His love had never changed. And wrapped inside His faithful promise, I found the strength to rest again. One day there'll be no sleepless evenings, no anxious thoughts to overcome, only endless peace within His presence, forever safe inside His love. Until that day, I'll keep remembering the countless times He made a way, and how His voice became my comfort when hope seemed far away. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and every shadow lost its power to remain. For the Savior who walks beside me is the same forevermore. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and my weary heart was never quite the same, because the I reached a point where nothing made much sense, where even breathing felt like work to do. The weight of everything I couldn't fix myself was heavier than anything I knew. I smiled outside but shattered in my silence, trying to hide the cracks no one could see. And in the middle of my deepest breaking, you were quietly holding me. You didn't wait until I got it right. You didn't wait for me to be enough. You came into the mess I tried to hide and called it love. When I was falling apart, you held me together. Piece by piece, you never let me go. Even when I couldn't see tomorrow, your mercy was the only thing I know. When I was falling apart, you held me together. You turned my brokenness into peace. And in the middle of my deepest struggle, you never once released me. There were nights I thought I wouldn't make it, days I barely had the strength to stand. But somehow in the middle of my weakness, I found myself inside your hands. You didn't promise life without the battles, but you promised you would stay with me. And that was more than all my understanding, more than I could see. So I stopped trying to be my own savior, stopped pretending I was strong alone, because the one who formed the stars above me had already made me his own. When I was falling apart, you held me together. Piece by piece, you never let me go. Even when I couldn't see tomorrow, your mercy was the only thing I know. When I was falling apart, you held me together. You turned my brokenness into peace. And in the middle of my deepest struggle, you never once released me. One day every broken part will matter. Every tear will tell a story of grace. And I will see how every falling moment was never wasted space. Until then, I will keep trusting your presence, even when my heart is weak and worn. For the God who holds together the broken has already won. When I was falling apart, you held me together, and that truth will never fade away. For the Savior who sustains the shattered still holds me every day. When I was falling apart, you held me together, and now my heart can finally see that even in my deepest broken places, you were carrying me. You held me when I couldn't stand. You held me in your hands. The night had settled gently all around me, yet my heart was louder than the rain. I sat beneath the weight of silent struggles, trying to hide the ache and pain. There were thoughts I couldn't put in sentences. There were wounds too deep for me to explain. But somewhere in the middle of my weakness, your compassion called my name. You heard the tears before they became words. You knew the burden before I could speak. And in the quietness of your presence, your strength found the weakest part of me. The prayer I couldn't find the words to say, you understood it anyway. Every sigh, every tear, every broken piece was resting safely in your grace. The prayer I couldn't find the words to say rose to heaven through my pain. And the God who sees the deepest places wrapped my heart in peace again. I thought I had to bring you perfect language to somehow earn the comfort that I need. But your love was never waiting for perfection, only a willing heart to believe. You gathered every unspoken emotion, every fear